Let me ask you something real quick. Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, your life just won't move forward? What if I told you the answer isn't out there? It's right inside your bedroom. Yep, that cozy space where you unwind at night could secretly be holding you back. There are objects in your bedroom that act like energy traps, keeping you stuck in old patterns. In today's video, we'll expose these hidden culprits and show you how to free yourself step by step. Get ready to transform your space and your life. Your bedroom, it's where you sleep, dream, and recharge, right? But what if I told you it's also the most important space for your personal energy? Here's the deal. Your bedroom can either help you attract success or quietly hold you back. Every single object in that space carries energy, some positive, some not so much. Imagine waking up every morning feeling motivated, inspired, and ready to take on the world. That's what happens when your environment supports you. But if the energy in your bedroom is off, it could leave you feeling drained, unmotivated, and stuck in old patterns without even realizing it. Think about it. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt uncomfortable for no apparent reason? That's energy at work. Now, apply that to your bedroom. If it's filled with things that carry stagnant or negative energy, it's like trying to run a race with a backpack full of rocks. Heavy, right? But here's the good news. Small changes can make a huge difference. By removing certain energy blockers, you'll immediately feel lighter and more focused. You'll create space for new opportunities, whether it's better sleep, more clarity, or even unexpected financial breakthroughs. In today's video, I'll walk you through 9 specific things you need to remove from your bedroom to clear that stuck energy and invite abundance back into your life. You'll learn exactly what to get rid of, why it matters, and how these small actions can transform your space and your future. Trust me, once you see how powerful this process can be, you'll never look at your bedroom the same way again. Have you ever walked into a space and instantly felt off, like something just didn't sit right with you? That's energy, real and powerful. Your bedroom should feel like a peaceful retreat, but sometimes it can become an energy trap without you realizing it. Objects you've kept for years could be silently blocking your flow of success and positivity. Cluttered spaces, broken items, and old energy can manifest as financial difficulties, poor sleep, and even emotional heaviness. But here's the good news. With a few intentional changes, you can completely shift that energy and create a space that truly supports you. Let's start with something you probably have way too much of: old clothes and shoes. We've all been guilty of hanging on to things we don't wear anymore. Maybe you've got a pair of jeans that haven't fit in years, or a jacket you swear you'll wear again someday. But here's the thing. Those items aren't just taking up space in your closet. They're holding on to stagnant energy. Every piece of clothing you haven't worn in ages represents the past, a past version of you, an old chapter you've outgrown. And the more you cling to that, the harder it is for fresh opportunities to flow into your life. Think about it. How can new energy come in if your space is completely filled with old energy? Here's a real-life example. A friend of mine went through her wardrobe and realized she was holding on to clothes from a job she left 5 years ago. Every time she opened her closet, she felt stuck, reminded of a time in her life she was trying to move past. Once she cleared those clothes out, something amazing happened. She felt lighter, more motivated, and even got a new job offer within weeks. Coincidence? Maybe. But energy works in mysterious ways. Ready to clear that space? Here's a simple trick. Set a timer for 20 minutes and go through one section of your closet. Ask yourself, would I buy this today? Does this piece fit the person I am now or the person I want to become? If the answer is no, it's time to let it go. And don't think of it as losing something. Think of it as creating space for something even better to come into your life. Whether you donate or recycle those items, you'll notice the shift almost immediately. Suddenly, your closet will feel more open, your mornings will be less stressful, and your energy will feel refreshed. You'll have space for the new and exciting things waiting for you. All right, Let's talk about something we all have lying around: old or broken electronics. You know, the stuff you meant to fix months ago but never got around to. Maybe it's an old phone sitting in your drawer or a clock that stopped working years ago. These items might seem harmless, but in terms of energy, they're serious blockers. Think of broken electronics as symbols of unfinished business. Every time you see that broken clock or outdated tablet, it's a subtle reminder of something unresolved. It creates stagnant energy, which can reflect in your life as feeling stuck or unable to move forward. It's not just about clutter, it's about the message these objects send to your subconscious mind. For example, a stopped clock literally represents time standing still. It's a constant reminder that things in your life might not be progressing as they should. One client of mine had a broken watch on her nightstand for years. After I suggested she remove it, she reported feeling a sudden sense of relief. And within weeks, she started noticing real changes in her life, like reconnecting with old friends and finally finishing a project she'd been procrastinating on for months. Here's what you can do. Take a walk around your bedroom and make a list of any electronics that are broken, outdated, or just collecting dust. Ask yourself, do I really need this? If it's something you haven't used in over a year, it's time to either fix it or let it go. And don't underestimate how powerful this small action can be. Clearing out these items makes room for fresh energy to flow into your life. Plus, it feels amazing to have a space that's free of reminders of the past. Your bedroom should be a place of rest, renewal, and positive energy, not a storage unit for things that no longer serve you. For example, an old laptop you've been meaning to repair might symbolize that project you keep delaying. By letting it go, you're creating space for new opportunities and fresh ideas. Sometimes, the physical act of decluttering can spark the momentum you need to tackle bigger challenges in your life. Try it and see what happens. Let's talk about something that sneaks up on all of us: piles of old papers and documents. Whether it's old bills, receipts, or random paperwork, we all have that one drawer or stack somewhere in our bedroom. You probably think, it's just paper, how bad can it be? But trust me, it's more than just clutter. These papers represent unfinished business and mental chaos. Every piece of paper carries energy, especially bills and documents tied to stressful moments. Holding on to them can weigh on your mind, creating a constant low-level tension that you might not even be aware of. Have you ever tried to find something important in a pile of old papers and felt totally overwhelmed? That confusion isn't just physical, it's mental too. One client of mine had stacks of unpaid bills mixed with old receipts cluttering her desk in the bedroom. Every time she looked at them, she felt stuck, like she couldn't move forward. Once she took the time to sort through everything, shredding what she no longer needed and organizing the rest, she felt an instant sense of relief. Not only did her space look better, but her finances also started improving. Coincidence? Maybe. But it's amazing how often clearing physical clutter leads to breakthroughs in other areas of life. So, how can you tackle this? Start by sorting your papers into 3 categories: important documents to keep, items to shred, and things to recycle. Invest in a simple filing system for the important stuff and make shredding a weekly habit. Don't let those papers pile up again. It's like giving your mind a reset button. And here's the best part. Once you clear out those papers, your space will feel lighter, and you'll be able to think more clearly. Suddenly, you'll find it easier to focus, make decisions, and even sleep better. That's the power of removing unnecessary clutter. It opens the door for clarity, peace, and new opportunities. Part 4. Engage. 4 section, 350 words. Now, let's move on to something you might not have thought about: damaged or worn out furniture. You know that wobbly nightstand or the chair with a missing leg that you've been meaning to fix? It's easy to overlook, but these items carry a powerful message. They symbolize decay, stagnation, and neglect. And believe it or not, they can reflect that same energy in your life. Think about it. Every time you interact with that broken piece of furniture, you're subconsciously reinforcing the idea that it's okay to live with things that aren't quite right. It's a small signal, but over time, it can affect your mindset and even your self-worth. I once worked with someone who had a cracked mirror on their dresser for years. They admitted that every time they saw it, it made them feel uneasy, but they just got used to it. After finally replacing it with a new one, they said it felt like a weight had been lifted off their shoulders. Their bedroom instantly felt brighter, and they found themselves feeling more motivated and energized. Here's what you can do. Take a tour around your room and identify anything that's broken, damaged, or just plain worn out. Ask yourself, is this still serving me? If it's something you can repair, great, fix it. But if it's beyond saving or no longer aligns with the vibe you want for your space, it's time to let it go. Replacing or repairing furniture might seem like a small thing, but it can have a huge impact. When you upgrade your surroundings, you're sending a clear message to yourself and the universe. I deserve better. And trust me, once you start making those changes, you'll notice shifts not just in your space, but also in your mood, your productivity, and even your opportunities. So, what's the first piece you're going to fix or replace? Pick one and take action today. You'll be surprised at how much lighter and more empowered you'll feel. Let's talk about plants. Real plants are full of life and energy. They symbolize growth, vitality, and fresh beginnings. But dead plants? Well, they represent exactly the opposite: stagnation, decay, and missed opportunities. And artificial plants? They may look nice, but they don't bring the same vibrant energy that real plants do. Take a moment and think about how you feel when you see a wilted, dried-up plant in your bedroom. It's a subtle reminder that something isn't thriving. Even if you've gotten used to it, the energy of that dead plant is still hanging around, affecting the overall vibe of your space. I had a friend who kept a dead cactus on her windowsill for months. She barely noticed it after a while, but when I pointed it out, she realized it was a constant reminder of a project she'd abandoned. The moment she got rid of it, she felt like she could breathe again, and she started feeling more motivated almost instantly. So, what's the solution? If you have dead plants, it's time to let them go. Replace them with healthy, thriving ones. Or, if you don't have time to care for plants, it's better to leave the space empty. Absence is better than the presence of something that symbolizes stagnation. And if you love plants but aren't great at keeping them alive, choose low-maintenance options like snake plants, peace lilies, or lucky bamboo. These plants are known for their resilience and ability to purify the air, bringing even more positive energy into your space. The key here is simple. Keep your surroundings full of life. Your environment reflects your mindset. When you surround yourself with living, thriving things, you're more likely to feel inspired, motivated, and ready to take on new challenges. So, take a look around your room. Is there a plant that needs a little extra love? Or maybe one that needs to be replaced? Make the change today and watch how your energy shifts. Now let's talk about mirrors. Mirrors can be powerful tools for energy. They reflect and amplify everything around them. When placed correctly, they can expand light and positive energy in your space. But when positioned poorly, or if they're cracked, they can cause serious energetic disruptions. A broken mirror isn't just bad luck in some old superstition. It symbolizes fragmented energy, which can reflect confusion and chaos in your life. Every time you look into that broken mirror, it's like a subtle reminder that something is out of alignment. Over time, that feeling can build up and affect your mood, focus, and even sleep quality. One client of mine had a mirror facing her bed. She admitted that her sleep was often restless, and she woke up feeling drained. After we repositioned the mirror so it no longer reflected the bed, her sleep improved almost immediately. It's not magic, it's just how energy works. Here's a tip. If you have a broken mirror, it's time to let it go. Don't hang on to it, thinking you'll fix it later. If a mirror reflects your bed or door, it's best to move it to a different spot. Mirrors that face the bed can disrupt your sleep, while those that reflect the door may cause opportunities to bounce right out of your space. And don't be afraid to use mirrors. Just be intentional about where you place them. A well-positioned mirror can enhance natural light, create a sense of openness, and boost positive energy. Take a quick scan of your bedroom. Are your mirrors placed in a way that promotes harmony? If not, it's time to make some adjustments. You'll be surprised how such a small change can make your room feel lighter and more peaceful, and in turn, you'll feel more grounded and balanced. For example, placing a mirror opposite a window can reflect more natural light into your space, creating a brighter, more uplifting atmosphere. It's a simple adjustment, but it can completely transform the energy in your room and your day-to-day experience. Now let's dive into something more personal: objects that carry negative memories. These might be photos, gifts, or keepsakes from past relationships or tough times. At first glance, they seem harmless, right? But every time you see them, they trigger emotions and thoughts connected to those experiences, whether you realize it or not. Think about it. A photo of an old partner, a gift from someone who hurt you, or even a journal from a challenging phase in your life. Each of these items holds energy. When you surround yourself with these reminders, you're anchoring yourself to the past. It's like dragging old baggage everywhere you go. And trust me, that energy can weigh you down. One friend of mine kept a bracelet from a toxic relationship. She thought it was just a piece of jewelry, but every time she wore it, she felt heavy, even sad. Once she let it go, she said it felt like cutting a cord that had been holding her back for years. She felt free to move on, both emotionally and mentally. So, what can you do? Take a good look around your bedroom. Identify any item that brings up negative emotions or painful memories. Ask yourself, does this object still have a place in my life, or is it time to release it? If it's holding you back, it's time to let it go. Release these objects with gratitude for the lessons they represent, but don't let them take up space in your sanctuary. You're not erasing the past. You're simply making room for new, positive experiences. The result? Your bedroom becomes a space filled with things that inspire you, lift you up, and reflect who you are today, not who you used to be. And that shift in energy? It's like opening a door to new opportunities, fresh beginnings, and emotional peace. For example, keeping an old letter from a difficult time might feel sentimental, but it can subconsciously tie you to that period. By letting it go, you're choosing to focus on the present and embrace new possibilities. Small steps like this can create big shifts in how you feel every day. Let's talk about clocks, specifically broken or stopped clocks. You might think they're just decorative items, but in the world of energy, they symbolize much more. A stopped clock represents time standing still, which can reflect stagnation in your life. It's almost like a constant reminder that things aren't moving forward. Think about it. Every time you glance at that broken clock, even subconsciously, it reinforces the idea that you're stuck. And that message can start to seep into other areas of your life, your career, your relationships, or your personal growth. I had a client who kept a stopped clock on her nightstand for years. She didn't give it much thought until we talked about how objects can hold symbolic energy. Once she removed it, she said it felt like she hit the reset button on her life. Within weeks, she found herself more productive and energized, and new opportunities started showing up. So, what can you do? If you have a clock in your bedroom that isn't working, fix it or remove it completely. Don't let it sit there, silently sending you the wrong message. If you love having a clock in your space, make sure it works perfectly. A functioning clock symbolizes movement, progress, and being in sync with time and life. Also, be mindful of where you place your clocks. A clock that ticks loudly right by your bed might disturb your sleep. Keep it in a spot where it's easy to check, but not intrusive. When you sync your environment with the natural flow of time, you'll start to feel more aligned, more in control, and ready to take on whatever life throws your way. Even small changes like fixing or repositioning a clock can create a surprising sense of renewal and momentum. For instance, a slow clock can create a feeling of always being behind, even if you're not consciously aware of it. By fixing or replacing it, you're sending a message to your mind that you're ready to move forward in life with clarity and purpose. Finally, let's talk about items related to bad habits, things that remind you of behaviors you're trying to leave behind. It might be empty cigarette packs, fast food containers, or even an old bottle of alcohol tucked away in a drawer. These items seem small, but they hold onto the energy of those habits and can subtly pull you back into old patterns. Imagine you're trying to embrace a healthier lifestyle, but every time you open your bedside drawer, you find an old pack of cigarettes. Even if you've quit smoking, seeing that pack can trigger a memory or craving. It's not just a physical object, it's a mental cue that keeps that behavior alive. I had a client who kept workout equipment in her bedroom, but it was buried under a pile of old junk food wrappers and empty energy drink cans. She felt constantly guilty every time she saw the mess because it reminded her of her failed attempts to get fit. Once we cleared the clutter, organized her space, and made her workout gear more accessible, her mindset shifted. She felt more motivated, started exercising regularly, and, most importantly, felt proud of her progress. Here's what you can do. Go through your bedroom and remove anything that represents a habit you no longer want to associate with. Replace those objects with items that reflect your new goals. For example, swap the old fast food receipts for a water bottle or a healthy cookbook. Replace the cigarette pack with a motivational book or a journal where you can track your progress. It's a simple but powerful way to transform your space and your mindset. Your environment should inspire you and reflect who you're becoming, not who you used to be. So, take this as a fresh start. Make your bedroom a sanctuary for growth, healing, and positive habits. Every little change you make sets the tone for a better, healthier version of you. All right, so we've walked through 9 key things that could be blocking your energy and holding you back. Now, you might be thinking, really? Can small changes like this actually make a difference? And the answer is, absolutely yes. Each of these steps is like peeling back a layer, making room for new possibilities, fresh energy, and positive growth. Imagine your bedroom as a reflection of your inner world. When it's cluttered with old, broken, or stagnant energy, it's hard to focus, hard to move forward, and hard to feel truly at peace. But the moment you start clearing those blocks, something amazing happens. Your space starts to feel lighter, and so do you. Suddenly, things that felt stuck begin to flow. New ideas, new opportunities, and even new people show up in your life. Let me share a real story. One client of mine had a room full of old furniture and boxes from a past job she hated. She hadn't touched those boxes in years, but she kept them just in case. They were full of papers, old files, and reminders of a time in her life that felt heavy and limiting. When we finally cleared them out, something clicked. Within weeks, she received a call about a job offer in a field she'd always dreamed of but never pursued. Coincidence? Maybe. But I've seen it happen too many times to ignore the connection between your physical environment and your life. Here's the key takeaway. Every small change matters. Whether it's donating clothes, fixing a broken clock, or replacing dead plants with healthy ones, each action sends a signal to the universe and to yourself that you're ready for something new. Your environment isn't just about aesthetics, it's about the energy you create around yourself every day. When you keep objects that remind you of old patterns, old failures, or unresolved issues, you stay anchored to those experiences. By clearing them out, you're literally telling the universe, I'm ready to grow, I'm ready for the next chapter. Another client of mine had a broken clock in her bedroom for over a year. She admitted that every time she saw it, it made her feel stuck, like time wasn't on her side. After removing it, she felt a sudden shift. It's crazy, she told me later, but everything just started to move forward, at work, in my relationships, and even my finances. What's your next step? Take a moment right now and pick one thing from the list. Maybe it's that pile of papers in the corner, or the dead plant sitting on your windowsill. Whatever it is, commit to clearing it out today. Trust me, once you take that first step, you'll feel the shift almost immediately. And that's just the beginning. Remember, your bedroom is more than a physical space. It's a reflection of your energy and your intentions. By making it a place of calm and positivity, you're setting the stage for success in every area of your life. Don't underestimate the power of small changes. They're the building blocks for the life you want to create. Here's the best part. Once you clear the blocks, you're not just improving your physical space, you're transforming your mindset. You'll wake up feeling more energized, focused, and ready to take on the day. The small changes you make in your room can ripple out into every part of your life, your career, your relationships, and even your health. So, take action today. You've got the tools and the knowledge. Now it's time to put them to work. Start small if you need to, but start somewhere. Comment below and let me know which step you're taking first. And remember, you're not alone in this journey. Every step forward is a step toward a more abundant, peaceful life.